Welcome viewers. From my side, myself Amalaskar Mandal from Management System Consultancy. Today we will discuss on the topic of the General Data Protection Regulation, जिसको GDPR नाम से हम लोग जानते हैं. Okay. So let's start the session. Now, what is basically the GDPR? At the end of 2015, the European Parliament and Council agreed a final draft of the General Data Protection Regulation, which will apply in the UK from basically कब से हुआ था? In 25th May 2018 से. So GDPR in a short, GDPR क्या है कि that is applicable for European countries और associated countries के लिए applicable है GDPR. And इसमें एक difference है कि GDPR not a certification type of thing or reporting type of thing. Like as आपको statute and जो regulation का बारे में पता होगा. Regulation क्या होता है कि गवर्नमेंट का जो रूल्स जो फॉलो करना होता है, रूल्स रेगुलेशन एक्ट जो है, जीडीपीआर इज सच टाइप ऑफ थिंग जो यूरोपियन पार्लियामेंट से जो पास हुआ है एंड दैट इज एप्लीकेबल फ्रॉम 25 में 2018. एक्चुअली इसे फॉलो करना होता है, उसका जो पैरामीटर्स है जीडीपीआर का उसको फॉलो करना होता है. इट्स नॉट ए सर्टिफिकेशन एंड रिपोर्टिंग टाइप ऑफ थिंग. ओके, सो दिस इज द थिंग. नाउ मूविंग फॉरवर्ड, डेटा प्रोटेक्शन बिल. The UK also replaced their current data protection means currently पहले जो हुआ करता था in 1989 by incorporating the GDPR requirements. UK भी उसका पहले का जो डेटा प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट जो हुआ करता था 1998 में, they are converted incorporating into GDPR requirements. Okay, so now the GDPR new change concept from data protection act से क्या क्या changes लाया है, that is shortly हम लोग यहाँ पे दिखाया है. Transparency and context issues, that is newly added. Children and consent for online services. Data changes to the definition of personal sensitive data. Breach notification, enhance individual rights. That is especially जो changes from Data Protection Act से GDPR में. Now, scope of GDPR. GDPR में basically scope क्या है? All of the information related to the identified or identified individual. Example क्या है? Information held in manual, form or print out, emails, databases, spreadsheets, etc. Photographs on websites, marketing photographs, ID cards and passes, CCTV images, both central CCTV system and localized system, web pages, information which may be associated with the online identifiers provided by advice, application, tools, protocols such as internet protocol, addresses, cookies, identifiers or other identifiers. That is basically the scope of the GDPR. Now, in quick view of the definition of personal data. किसको हम लोग पर्सनल डेटा हिसाब से कंसीडर करेंगे? The definition of personal data is similar in the GDPR. क्या है? Any information relating to an identified or identifiable natural person, the data subject. That is called the personal data patient. Okay, so आपको elaborately जानना है तो आप इसको पॉज करके भी इसको जो बाकी जो गाइडलाइन दिया हुआ है उसको भी देख सकते हो. बाद में हम लोग क्विकली इसको प्रोवाइड करते हैं. ओके, now legislative ground for processing personal data. क्या है legislation grounds for processing personal data? Necessary for the हम headings को यहाँ पे पर रिपीट कर रहे हैं. Necessary for the performance of a contract with the data subject or take steps to prepare for a contract. Necessary for compliance with legal obligation. This would be in the relation to UK and or EU, माने European Territory laws only. Especially applicable है, इसको जो हम लोग पहले भी बताए हैं. Now the same, what further? Legislation necessary to protect the vital interest of a data subject to another person where the data subject in incapable of giving consent necessary for the performance of a task carried out in the public interest or as a consequence of an official authority vested in the institution, necessary for the purpose of legislative interest pursued by the university or organization. That is the thing. Now, legislative grounds for processing personal data, consent. मिडिल में क्या है? GDPR has a narrow view of what constitutes consent, that current legislation consent must be a freely given, specified, informed, and ambiguous indication of an individual's wishes. That is the consent. Now, things to do now if you are relying on consent of processing data. Those are identify क्या क्या है यहाँ पे पर्सनल कैटेगराइज के हिसाब से क्या क्या है, like as review how you collect the consent, make sure you are collecting a freely given, specified, informed, and unambiguous indication of a individual wishes. You can offer individuals the opportunity to consent, like as those are the things. Now कौन सा special categories of personal data. Special categories of personal data means previously known as sensitive personal data are broadly unchanged from those listed in the current Data Protection Act under the GDPR. क्या क्या है वो? Racial or ethnic origin, political opinions, religious or physical benefits, trade union membership, data concerning health or sex life and sexual orientation, genetic data, biometric data were processed to uniquely identify a person name. Those are the data जो special categories of personal data आता है. Okay. Now यहाँ पे एक पॉइंट आउट किया गया है कि स्पेशल कैटेगरीज ऑफ पर्सनल डेटा क्या है कि स्पेशल कैटेगरीज ऑफ पर्सनल डेटा एज सेंसिटिव डेटा जहां पे criminal convictions and offenses are not categorized as sensitive under the GDPR rule. इसमें नहीं है उसको categorized में नहीं है sensitive. Now data protection principles, this is very much important. Mainly 6 principles are there. क्या क्या है data protection principle में? Data processed lawfully, fairly, and in a transparent manner. Lawfulness, fairness, and transparency. That is the principle. Data obtained for specified, explicit, and legitimate purposes, and not further processed in a manner that is incompatible with those purposes. That is there. Data process in a adequate, relevant, and limited to what is necessary. That has been there. Data is accurate and where necessary, keep up to date. That was their principle. Now, data should not be kept longer than is necessary for the purpose. Appropriate technical organization measures against unauthorized and lawful processing, loss, damage, or destruction. Accountability, last of all, the organization is responsible for demonstrating that they comply with all 6 principles. Okay, that is the principal point of view. Now, data process is adequate, relevant, and limited to what is necessary. Data minimization. Always refer back to your privacy notice, data collection notice. Data minimization always to be maintained. Now, data accuracy. That is very much important. Make sure that any personal data or special category data collected is recorded accurately. Means accurate होना चाहिए. So that is called the accuracy part. Now, storage limitation. Yeah, storage limitation to be maintained. We can't hold data which permits identification of individuals and longer is necessary for the purpose notified. to the individual in their privacy notice or data collection notice, etc. Now, what next? Yes, it is very much important. Integrity and confidentiality. Integrity means the truthfulness of data. Integrity होना चाहिए, सही data होना चाहिए, right data, okay, that to be maintained, and confidentiality. Confidentiality to be maintained. किस किस को उसको ओपन करना है, किसको ओपन नहीं करना है. So those two parameters also been vital: integrity and confidentiality of the information. Okay. Now the thing is that GDPR individual rights क्या क्या है? The right to be informed, privacy notice, data collection notice के implementation point of view सोच सकते हो कि कैसे आप implement करोगे. The right to be informed कैसे कि privacy notice और data collection notice. The right of access, subject access requested, request करना है. The right to risk certification if data is inaccurate or in case of incompleteness. That is the thing. The information has been shared with others in the organization's responsibility to inform them the individual request of data is ensured. Okay. Now, the right to restrict processing, the right to data portability, the right to object, the right in relation to automated decision making and profiling, that has been there. So all those are the basically point of view क्या क्या हिसाब से implement कर सकते हो आप GDPR individual rights जो जो है. Okay. Now final thoughts क्या है कि things to do now: raise awareness of the changes. स्पेशली आपको अगर यूरोपियन यूनियन में आपको बिजनेस करना है, आपको उस हिसाब से आपको चलना होगा, तो देन यू हैव टू फुलफिल द GDPR रेगुलेशन जो आपको कॉन्सेंट देना होगा उसको. सो रेज अवेयरनेस अमंग द कॉलीग्स, encourage them to attend training, उसको सिखाइए आप लोग. Consider what information you hold and identify your lawful basis of processing the information. Look at your privacy notice and include all the required information. Are you set up to be able to deal with the changes of individual rights? Make sure you know who handles subject access requests. You do reply on consent to process information, and if so, how will you ensure you comply with the more stringent requirements? Think about what needs doing, both the current information for the future. Do children use your services? Consider what information needs to be provided to them. Familiarization yourself with the organization's data breach procedure, data protection by design built into your process, especially with the new technology projects. So that's all from today's topic. If any further clarifications and further clarifications, you can visit our website. Our information are also been there, shared our email IDs and mobile numbers. So अगर वीडियो सही है तो हम लोग और भी इसमें वीडियो लेके आएंगे फ्रॉम इंडियन स्पेसिफिक DPDP रूल एक्ट्स जो न्यूली लास्ट ईयर में रिलीज हुआ है, उसका ऊपर भी काफी सारे वीडियो हम लोग लेके आएंगे, हाउ टू इम्प्लीमेंट DPDP एक्ट्स. तो काइंडली आप मेरा चैनल को आप लोग सब्सक्राइब करके रखिए और फर्दर इन्फॉर्मेशन लाइक कीजिए फॉर प्रमोशनल पर्पस. सो थैंक यू, दैट्स ऑल फ्रॉम माय साइड.